Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel, the Virginia Bushcrafting, and this is the channel where we learn and we practice bushcrafting, camping, and survival skills. So today I am headed into the bush. It's a nice, breezy, cool day, and I am going into the bush once again to practice. I am going to be concentrating on a new knife called a mossy oak Overwatch. So I just want to come out here, test it, see how well it works. I have not practiced with it, so I'm looking forward to it. But here I'm seeing already a lot of pine that I'm going to be using. So guys, I'm not far from my camp site. Another thing about camping is, or bushcrafting, is your site selection. When you're going into the bush, you want to be aware of the 5 W's. The 5 W's are wood. You want to make sure there's plenty of wood. Water. You want to make sure you are near water or have ample water. Wind. If it's windy, it's going to help you set up which direction to set up your tarp. The next one is widow makers. Widow makers are dead trees that you don't want to fall on you. And the fifth one is wildlife. Preferably, you want to stay away from game trails. So those are the 5 W's that I'm going to be exploring more or talking about more. But today I just want to try out the mossy oak Overwatch knife. So again guys, I am out here in the bush. It's a very cool, brisk day. But by the time I start to cut wood, process wood and so forth, I will be warm. So guys, let me go in a little further and I'll be right back with you. All right, YouTubers, as I was speaking of the 5 W's, and one of them is wind. When we are out in the cold and it is windy, we want to be protected from that wind as much as possible. So the shelter that I have built, keeping the wind in mind, is 2 5x7 Mylar grabber tarp. What I've done is, of course, having a ridge line from one tree to the other tree. I just tied 2 tarps together here, and as you can see there, those are binder clips. And as you can see here, there's a tent peg here, tent peg here, tent peg here, tent peg for the center, and a tent peg for the other end. Now, this is a small tarp. This is a small shelter. But why would I want a shelter so small? Well, in the winter time, when it is cold, I can actually get all the way into this shelter, have a nice fire 3 feet in front of me, and the heat will reflect off of the mylar. Now, the smaller your shelter, the more heat it will keep in. And that is the main idea of having a small shelter to block you against the wind. So again, of the 5 W's, wood, which I have harvested some wood I'm going to use. I have sufficient water. It is windy, so I do have a sufficient tarp. I am not under any widow makers. As you can see, all of these trees are alive. And I am not on a game trail to interfere with the wildlife. So again, guys, the 5 W's: water, wood, wind, widow makers, and wildlife. So guys, now what I'm going to do, I am going to clear this area off. I am going to put these leaves into a plastic bag, and that is going to be part of my sleeping system. Although I will not be here all day today or tonight, I am here practicing. And again, one of the things that is very important is getting in the bush and practice. Learn and practice. And I think the most efficient way to learn and practice is by doing. So with that, guys, I am going to continue completing my shelter, and then we are going to test the mossy oak Overwatch knife. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I wanted to add something to this because the ground is wet. It is totally wet, even though I have a bedroll. To keep me away from the ground even more so, I have taken 3 trash bags and filled them with leaves. And what I'm going to do now is put the bedroll over the trash bags. And guys, this will be so comfortable in the winter time. I am off the ground. I will have a rucksack here or shamags and so forth. That's my pillow. The fire will be right there, and all of this is mylar to radiate the heat. And again, in the winter time, I prefer a smaller shelter to retain heat. All right, guys, let's keep going on to the next step. I will see you shortly. All right, guys, it is time to start chopping some wood, splitting some wood, carving and so forth to make a fire. So now we're going to test out the mossy oak. It bites really well. The method of cutting that I learned from a person named Dave is called, when you're chopping, you're gonna chop with a slice and lip. Let's get more. This is a fantastic hollow grind. This is exactly what this knife can be used for: bushcrafting, survival, camping, tactical, defense. So far, guys, I'm liking it. It bites well. We're going to increase the diameter of the wood. This is much harder wood. Slice, compress, slice, lip. Slice, compress, slice, lip. So when you're chopping, guys, you want to slice to compress. You want to slice, flick your wrists up to lip. So slice, lip. We're going to slice, lift, slice, and lift. Let's go to a larger diameter. I'm going to put the lanyard back on to give us a better grip. Slice and lift. Compress, lift, compress, and lift. Slice, compress, slice, lift. Slice, compress, slice, lift, compress, lift. mossy oak Overwatch. Now guys, what I have noticed at the end, if you don't use the leverage, I felt a small hot spot on my pinky, but that's easily cured by going further back on the handle and just swinging. We're going to take another large piece. Remember again, slice, compress. The lift should be the slot you just hit and you flick your wrist. Slice. That is compress, 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 lift, lift, compress, lift, compress, lift. Mossy oak Overwatch. Saw back, clip point, hollow grind, 10-inch cutting blade, rubberized hand grip with a lanyard, finger guard. It works. So now I'm going to go get some wood that we can split by using a baton. I'll be right back. First thing I see with this piece of wood, it's knotty. So I'm going to baton to a certain level, because you never want to baton through knots. It's almost like butter, guys. This is very knotty. I'm going to have to be very careful. As you can see, there is a knot, a knot, a knot, a knot. You do not want a baton through something of that nature. With a carbon fiber blade, you are more than likely to roll the blade. It's a chopper, guys. All right, guys, you see that it batons well? This is excellent for kindling. Guys, great kindling. However, it is wet. Great kindling. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and get more wood to baton in more wood. Okay, it's time to make feather sticks. I'll be right with you. All right, guys, it's time to see how the mossy oak Overwatch performs in making curls. It's making them, but not as easy as a Scandinavian grind. These are more or less turning out to just be curls. I am assuming because this is a larger knife with a hollow grind nevertheless, it is making curls. Let me just show you. These are very, very, very small curls, but I mean, these are very small feather sticks. But they will assist in starting a fire. This is what the feather stick is looking like, very small. This is why you should practice your skills. But as I said before, I did not practice with this knife. I did not want to practice with this knife. However, I am using it to its fullest. It is making nice curls. Which will be used for tinder. It is making curls. So I'm going to continue with this. I want to have enough tinder to start a fire, but we're going to split this a different way. This is one advantage of the clip point. So I have some nice tinder. Some nice curls. And all of this will assist me in starting a fire. So guys, I am going to make a fire layer, and we are going to build us a fire. Be right back with you. Hey guys, it is now time to make a fire. And as we learn and we practice bushcrafting, prepping, survival skills, and so forth, I've mentioned before there's always going to be some type of aberration, something that's abnormal. So today, I am going to make a fire using some natural kindling that I always keep some of it. I knew it was wet out here. You're not going to be able to scrape anything off the trees because of the moisture and so forth. So I am going to use some flint and steel along with char cloth. I am going to strike this, get a ember, put it into my nest bundle, and then I'm going to use the kindling that I prepared earlier. So let's get started. And we have an ember already. We have an ember already. So that goes into the nesting bundle. And now we're going to squeeze it like a taco. And now we have fire. We have fired that quick. And now we're going to use our kindling. Guys, we have our fire. Again, this fire was started with flint, and by the way, from Texas, steel, charcoal, and natural materials. All right, I'm going to get this going a little bit more. It won't be long. I'll be right back with you. Hey guys, so this is the fire that is going now. So again, I was speaking earlier of wind. It's very windy here. However, I have the great feeling of a fire. I'm in my shelter. I am off the ground. I have bags of leaves with a bedroll on top of that. Everything around me is mylar, so it doesn't matter how low the temperature gets. I'm going to be warm because this is a small shelter, and the smaller the shelter, the more heat it will hold. Now if you notice, look at the fire. I have logs around it, and those logs are drying out because everything is wet. But with flint, steel, and char cloth, that started that fire. So again, guys, it's practice. It's it's always fun, and it's great to get out and just practice your skills. Now I have other ways of making a fire with me today, but I have a fire here it's sustainable. But each time I come out, I'm going to try and use a different method. I've used a ferrocerium rod many times, but my objective now is to use flint and steel and start making bow drills. So guys, that's a nice, beautiful fire. It's warm. I can feel the heat. I'm very comfortable. Again, this is my shelter. Let me just get out of it and show it to you. Oh, the heat feels wonderful. Again, this is a shelter. Very small shelter. The smaller, the more heat it will hold. The more wind it will block. So again, remember the 5 W's. There's plenty of wood. I have sufficient water. And I'm not far from a stream. There's the wind to consider. Which way is it blowing? You can't control that. The widowmakers. I'm not under any widowmakers. And wildlife. I'm not on a game trail. So those are the 5 W's. And there's always fives and more fives. Like for fire. 5 components of a fire. Combustion. Your ferro rod. Your tinder. Your kindling. Your fuel. And of course, air. So those are the 5 components of a fire. And then we have the 5 C's of bushcrafting. A cutting tool. Container, which can be your canteen. Coverage, cordage, and combustion. So there's always 5 of something. All right, guys, I'll get back with you. Hey guys, where the noodles, the mac and cheese is now boiling, and I'm using this nice long spoon. So in about 7 minutes, I'll be eating my lunch. See you at lunchtime. All right, guys, this is the meal. The mac and cheese. Prepared on my fire that was started with flint and steel and char cloth. And the wood was processed with the mossy oak overwatch. All right, guys, I'm going to fill my stomach, and I'll see you afterwards. Hey guys, after you finish your meal and you don't wash your dishes immediately, a good thing to do is turn it upside down and burn all the remaining of the food out. But the macaroni and cheese was delicious. I guess I was just really hungry. And yep, I used my new spoon. All right, guys, time to make me some coffee now. So I'll see you in a few minutes at coffee time. Hey guys, well, let's see. The water's boiling. It is time for coffee. A caffeine booster. Veranda blend. From a very hot container to a drinkable container. All right, guys, bottoms up. See you in a few minutes. All right, YouTubers, I am headed out. It's been fun. I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Enjoyed it. Got some great practice in. I encourage you all to get out in the bush and practice. So I am signing off. Hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe to the Virginia Bushcrafter. Thank you. I appreciate your support.